Hello students, in today's session we are going to solve some problems based upon rationalizing the denominator. Chapter number 1, number system for class 9th. So as in earlier class we have done the rationalization of the denominator. So let us solve some problems based on this. So here the question is given. We have to solve 2 upon square root 11 minus square root 6. So for solving this, as we observe that the denominator of this fraction is irrational, so we need to rationalize this and make it simple. So to rationalize this, we will multiply the numerator and the denominator of the given fraction by 11 square root 11 plus root 6, or we can say in another terms, we multiply and divide the given fraction by denominator with opposite sign, that means square root 11 plus square root 6, like this. Now when we multiply this, numerator will multiply with numerator and denominator will multiply with denominator. Here what we are observing, that this term is nothing but a minus b into a plus b, correct? So we can write this a minus b into a plus b as a square minus b square. So it is equal to a square minus b square, correct? So a is square root 11, b is square root 6. So in the denominator position we get 11 square root minus square root 6 square. So it becomes 11 minus 6 in place of denominator, and numerator is as it is, no changes there. So 11 minus 6 is 5. So simplification of this, we get 2 square root 11 plus root 6 upon 5. Okay. Now let us consider one more problem. It will little bit difficult, as numerator and denominator both has irrational numbers. So for solving these types, again we have to multiply and divide the fraction by the denominator with opposite sign, as multiplied by 2 root 8 minus 3 root 6, as here this sign is positive. So this sign will be negative. So quantities are same, 2 root 8 and 3 root 6, but that sign is different, plus becomes minus. So after, when numerator multiplied by the numerator and denominator multiplied by denominator, we get 3 root 8 minus 5 root 6 multiplied by numerator 2 root 8 minus 3 root 6, and denominator is same multiplied to each other. Then as we know that how to multiply these expressions, first term multiplied by the second bracket whole quantity, second term multiplied with the whole quantity of the second bracket. So 3 root 8 multiplied by 2 root 8 minus 3 root 6 minus 5 root 6 multiplied by 2 root 8 minus 3 root 6 upon, here again it is a plus b into a minus b. So here we get a minus b into a plus b is a square minus b square, where a is 2 root 8 and b is 3 root 6. So a square minus b square. When we multiply it, 3 root 8 multiplied with the 2 root 8, similarly 3 root 8 multiplied by 3 root 6. That means this quantity multiplied by both the quantity inside the bracket. 5 root 6 multiplied by this, again this 5 root 6 multiplied by that 3 root 6. Here in this next step we write it as the product, and simply multiplication with the integers 3 into 2, that is 6, and root 8 into root 8 in rational numbers are multiplied. 3 into 3, 9, so minus 9 root 8 multiplied by root 6, irrational number. minus 5 into this 2 is 10 and root 6 into root 8 multiply. Similarly 5 into 3, 5 3 are 15, root 6 into root 6. Here one thing, root 8 and root 8 becomes 8. Similarly root 6 into root 6 becomes 6. And the irrational numbers which are not same in these two terms, they will be multiplied inside of the square root sign. So in the next step we get 6 into 8 multiplied by 9 square root 8 into 6 minus 10 into square root of 6 into 8 and 15 into 6. So 6 into 8 is 48 minus 9, 8 6 are 48 minus 10 into 8 6 are 48 minus 15 6 are 90 upon 40. Here this 4 square root 8, as we used the identity a square minus b square, so this a 8 square, that means 8 into 8, but it is in the square root sign, so it becomes only 8. So here it is 8. Similarly square root of 6 whole square is 6. So here 4 into 8 is 48 and 9 into 6 54. Now like terms we can write separately and unlike terms are separate. So 48 and 90 are like terms, so we can write 48 minus 90 minus 9 root 48 minus 10 root 48. Here these two integers we can solve and get minus 42. 48 minus 90 becomes minus 42. Similarly here the quantity, these two quantities are same with irrational number 48. So now we can solve these two quantities as the irrational quantities are same. So 9 minus 9 and minus 10 becomes minus 19 and square root quantity same irrational number is 48. Minus 42 and minus 19 square root 48, in both the terms they are negative. So we can take minus sign common. So we get minus 42 plus 19 square root of 48 upon minus 6. How it is minus 6? 48 minus 54 becomes minus 6. Now here numerator and denominator both has minus sign, so they will cancel out. So we get 42 plus 19 root 48 upon 6 is the simplification of 3 root 8 minus 5 root 6 upon 2 root 8 plus 3 root 6. So in this way we rationalize the denominator and write the expression into the simplest form.